On your Friday episode of Locked On Raptors, a whole bunch of Toronto Raptors are at All-Star Weekend, which will be awesome if you can ever decipher the actual format of the game.
You are Locked On Raptors, your daily Toronto Raptors podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, what's going on? And welcome to another episode of Locked On Raptors, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. It is Friday, February the 13th. Oh, it's Friday the 13th. Spooky. And I'm your host, Sean Woodley. Been covering the Toronto Raptors now for 12 seasons on various platforms. You can follow my work over on Blue Sky. Find the show on Instagram. Join us in the Locked On Raptors Discord server. Link in the description of the podcast. Come hang out. Be part of our listener community, which will surely be popping off on All-Star Saturday night. Lots of hot shooting stars takes to be had. We'll have some of those on today's podcast, as well as we've got all kinds of fun all-star related things to dive on into with our boots on the ground correspondent. We'll do that in a sec. But first, today's show is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code Locked On for $20 off your first purchase. And we're off and running here on a pre-all-star edition of Locked On Raptors, keeping it light until we keep it heavy at the back part where we talk about things wrong with the league that Adam Silver has to talk about. But before we get to all that, we got to bring in Katie Heindl, who is in LA, ready to be at Intuit Dome. Will you be part of the wall, Katie? Is this like where they're going to seat you? How the hell are you doing? How's LA?
I'm doing good. It's nice to get some vitamin D shot directly into my eyes again. I don't know if I'll be part of the wall. I have no idea what the media setup is going to be at Intuit. I don't think they're going to
have a good line on Ballmer. And you know, his whole deal.
I wonder how present he will make himself.
There is kind of a lot going on with the Clippers. It's
good and bad. Yeah. And he feels like someone, a figure who will want to be central.
Yeah. No, I'm surprised he's not like in the dunk contest. That'd be fun if he were a prop. By the way, I'm always willing to get dunked on as a prop in a dunk contest, just putting it out there. If someone wants to ever dunk on me for sport, hit me up. You know where to find me. The comments, I guess. All right, Katie, we're going to get into the Saturday night stuff, which is frankly my favorite stuff of All-Star Weekend. We'll talk a little about the game. We'll get into Adam Silver and his annual address, which will happen in the next day or two, and he will talk about all the things that are definitely going really well around the NBA right now. But first, we should talk about the Toronto Raptors, Katie, because they got lots of dudes there. Scottie Barnes, Brandon Ingram, Darko Rajakovic, all dueling one another. Scottie's on one of the American teams. Ingram's on the other American team. Darko coaching Team World. You got Collin Murray-Boyles at Rising Stars. Will he play very much? Hopefully he doesn't dunk too hard with the left hand in an exhibition game. Save those for the game, big boy. And then also you got Alijah Martin in the Rising Stars game as well, the G League team. So plenty of Toronto Raptors representation. And I got to say, Katie, it's quite a difference from a year ago when they had no one at All-Star. No one cared about the Raptors at all. They were terrible. They were lining up to just like tank the rest of the season and set a new course for how teams could tank the end of seasons that everyone has copycatted this year. It's very cool. They're innovators in the space. But I don't know, just sort of broad, warm, fuzzy feelings about Scottie, Darko, Ingram, Murray-Boyles, Martin all being there. It's a pretty cool thing, right?
I want to give a shout out too to Mary Andrade, assistant with the Raptors' first woman who will be coaching.
That's very cool.
Yeah, in an All-Star game. I think it's very cool. It is very nice, the Toronto contingent that's coming, because I feel like, honestly, I was going to say a year ago, but beginning of this season, this just felt like not a possibility, right? Or very, very far-flung possibility. And now they're going to be so front and center. I think it's great. I think it's really well deserved. I know people can sometimes quibble with the replacement, like being named a replacement. Does it
actually count?
Yeah, like does it have
this real All-Star?
The same prestige? And like at this point, just the way we talk about All-Star, I don't think you can like weave in and out of like it being important in one beat and then also saying that the game doesn't count for anything in another. Right. So I think he'll probably be happy to be there, like to be in the zoo of it, you know, in the mix.
And the little star on the basketball reference page, no one goes back and references, ooh, was this a injury? There's no asterisk.
The commissioner pick him. Yeah. No, and I think it'll be nice. Like, I think it'll be nice for him too, to be coming with such such a Toronto contingent behind him. It's obviously not Scottie's first, but I'm looking forward to seeing our rookies in the Rising Stars game.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at that. So all in all, like, good vibes, I think.
Yeah, even if like you don't necessarily even plan to watch much of it, like I'll watch Saturday. Probably won't watch much of the game on Sunday because I never really do. But it's a cool thing to kind of be in the sort of general like spotlight of the NBA after many years being in the very unregarded wilderness that the Toronto Raptors have occupied. And I'm really quite excited that Darko, Ingram, and Scottie are all on separate teams. I think this is like my favorite part of the thing. Like, I don't know if it's going to encourage more competition. I don't know if anyone's going to try any harder, but it can't hurt to have like one of your dudes on the other team, no matter what you're doing. I would love to see Darko get like real coachy and tactical about how to stop Scottie and Ingram in like half court offense within the All-Star context. Will that happen? Almost certainly not. But that's a fun little wrinkle.
It could.
Yeah,
it could. I mean, I went to the Lakers game the other night here when the Spurs were in town, and terrible game. But the most exciting thing was post game. When we got asked so many questions about the All-Star game, and that man really wants to compete.
Look, I would love nothing more than for the players to actually give a damn. I think, obviously, we remember when Kyle Lowry single-handedly saved the All-Star game by taking charges.
I said that to some bigwigs. They were like, in terms of, yeah, well, I always do. But like, whenever I have the chance to be like, oh, you know what it would take to fix the All-Star game? You just have Kyle Lowry in it every single time.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, to have someone taking a charge. But
best
like
All-Star game we've had.
To that point of like you saying like who can kind of fulfill Darko's tactical dreams, why not Victor Wembanyama?
Honestly, yeah, just like do a little light tampering for 5-10 years down the line as well. Hey, this is all laying seeds. This is a seed laying weekend if you're Darko, and the Toronto Raptors who are in attendance. But just like if you do have an element of like at least one or two guys giving a damn, I think that could sort of be conducive to some competition. I also like that the teams are kind of split up. You got the world team. You have like basically like all youths. It's like Team Zoomer is one of them, and then it's like the old heads on the
Stars,
other team.
right? Is Zoomer. Yeah. Stripes is like oldies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like, yeah, you have like your sort of your TikTok team, and also like Kevin Durant and Brandon Ingram and LeBron just kind of, mid-ranging their way to all-star glory. I think there could be some sort of, generational divide fueling some competition. Maybe this is all cope and they're not going to compete at all, as is usually the case. Of course, the game is like complex. The voting was convoluted, but if it ends up being a competitive weird tournament of 3 small games that produces some interesting, fun basketball with the best players in the world actually giving a damn, then maybe we tip our cap to Adam Silver after all, even though it's been very strange and confusing to get to this point. Have you yet figured out how it's all going to work, Katie? It seems very complex.
No, I don't understand. I've had to talk about it extensively. I don't. Generally, like a round robin format confuses me, period. Right? Yeah. I will say, to me, what last year's All-Star game was very bad and like difficult to follow, but I think the worst attractor was all the stops, right? It was just like how many brand and kind of in arena events were happening, and I remember really like, because guys were like jogging on the spot at the side, and like I don't know, you see it on TV and maybe it looks a little bit better produced, but I think in person it's just like not seamless, and there's like such long stretches that take you out of the game, and obviously are taking players out of the game. So my hope is that, because I don't know, the round robin format gives them clear like demarcated
break points,
that it will like be a little bit clearer to the players too, because I think I remember last year a lot of guys just kind of being like, it looked like they didn't understand what was going on. So,
I know I go on this hoop and figure something out, and then
or they're just like, when did we play again?
Right.
So I think as long as that's a bit clear, just like you don't need to stretch it out, right? It's not a real game in the sense of like the time.
Yeah.
So don't stretch it out any longer than it has to. But no, I don't understand. But I do understand that I think the younger team will be really competitive because they
Mhm.
usually are when they've had like G Leaguers in the past, or like when they
Mhm.
have the G Leaguers in the Friday night game, like the Rising
Yep.
Stars game. They tend to compete pretty hard because it's a good shot, right?
Sure.
And I think that group is very funny and likes to play fast. And I think because of that, the it's rude to call them old, but like the geriatric group, no,
yeah.
the stripes group will have to play up to that because
Mhm.
they can't be humiliated.
Mhm.
And then the internationals, I mean, I'm rooting for them. Geopolitics is what they are. Like,
Hell yeah. Yeah, of course.
yeah. I think World's going to take it. And I've been talking up that propaganda while I've been here.
I mean, they have all of the best players and
They
also
do.
seemingly the most players.
Yeah, they have a ton.
It's imbalanced.
They have a lot. I don't understand how that's going to work.
It doesn't sound like Giannis is playing.
No.
I think that news came down today, but you still have Shea and Wemby and Jokic and Doncic and a bunch of other guys who are awesome. And yeah, it seems like if there is a competitive like through line to it, it seems as though they might be the ones to pull it out. And we can give it all of the credit to Darko Rajakovic, of course, for finding a way to overcome the egos in his room to make them play as one and united against the big bad that is America. We'll come back on the other side, Katie, get into Saturday night, including the Shooting Stars, which I'm so happy is back, Katie. I'm thrilled, but it came at the expense of my old fave, the skills challenge. We'll give a little eulogy for the skills challenge, which always could have been so much better, and talk about Scottie's chances in the Shooting Stars and also the dunk contest, where anyone but Jackson Hayes should win. We'll get to that coming up in just one sec. Today's show is brought to you by friends over at FanDuel. Winter games are officially here, and if you're anything like me, you're a little sicko waking up at 6 a.m. to watch snowboard cross like a freak, and if you want to throw some money down on that stuff, FanDuel is the place for you to go ahead and do that right now. Maybe you're really into curling. Maybe you're really into mogul skiing, although I think that's all done now. You've got speed skating, short and long track, whatever your favorite sport, the one that you become an expert on for 2 weeks a year, you can throw some money down on it right now with some money while you are in your expert phase before you forget about those sports for another 4 years. FanDuel keeps the entire Olympic experience engaging from start to finish with all kinds of different ways to play around. And the Winter Games, they're on right now. There's no better way to follow them than with FanDuel. FanDuel, play your game. And throw some money down on that snowboard cross. It is just the freaking best. Today's show is also brought to you by our friends over at Indeed, and hiring is a big deal. Obviously, if you run a business, you want to make sure you're hiring the right people to fill out your team, and Indeed is the place to do it with Indeed sponsored jobs. They are the place where you get the right candidates, finding your job, getting it pushed in front of the right people so you can, in fact, hire the right people and feel good and warm and fuzzy about who you've added to your team. If I were hiring, which I used to be a hiring manager, didn't just want someone who could help out or who wanted the job. I needed someone who actually matched the things I needed from that person in order to make them a good fit. And that is what Indeed sponsored jobs provides. And get your post seen by candidates who are actually a fit and match all the qualifications, certifications, location that you need. And here's a stat that says it all. In the minute I've been talking to you, companies like yours have made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. So if you're hiring, spend less time searching and more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes with Indeed sponsored jobs. Go check it out right now at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. And listeners to the show, by the way, get the $75 sponsored job credit to help your job get the premium status it deserves over at Indeed.com/podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Hiring, do it the right way with Indeed. Back at it here with Katie Heindl talking All-Star. Before we dive on in, just a reminder, it's a great time while there's a break and you maybe have some time on your hands to just go to the link in the description of the podcast and sign up for the Locked On Raptors Every Dayer Club. It's $5 a month. $50 for the year gets you ad-free episodes of the show every single day. So no interruptions, just me and my guests, and mostly the guests are the sell there. And also you get to join our Locked On Discord, which is a network-wide global network of fun, cool people who listen to Locked On Podcast, talking sports. It's great. Come hang out. Link in the description of the podcast. Do it. All right, Katie. All-Star Saturday, my favorite thing every year. I know everyone's like, the dunk contest is broken. It's not good anymore. Even a bad dunk contest is good. It's like pizza. You can't screw it up because it's like part of what makes it great is John Collins breaking a plane, trying to dunk over a plane wearing Wright Brothers gear. It is a glorious spectacle. And sometimes it's really stupid. And when it's stupid, it's also fun. But we'll get to the dunk contest in a second. The thing that a Toronto Raptor is involved with is the Shooting Stars contest, which I'm thrilled is back in the mix. I don't know why they ever got rid of it. It's been got to be over 10 years now since Shooting Stars was part of All-Star Saturday Night, and Scottie Barnes will take part. It's the Kia Shooting Stars. Got to make sure we're properly branding everything. And he'll be part of Team All-Star, really interestingly named, along with Chet Holmgren and Richard Hamilton. You got Team Cameron, which is all just dookies. It's Jalen Johnson, Con Knipple, Corey Maggette. Team Harper, you figured it out. It's Dylan Harper, Ron Harper Jr., a former Raptor, and Ron Harper. And then Team Knicks, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Allen Houston. Katie, I'm thrilled about Shooting Stars coming back. I don't know what the format's going to be. I don't know how they've changed it in the past, but with the way the three-point shot has just popped off in the time since last we saw this contest, I think there's no better time. It's modern. It's time to get back to Shooting Stars fever. I'm very excited, Katie. Are you?
No, Steve Jones had to explain to me what this was last night at dinner. Shout out one half of the Dunker Spot podcast, using his brilliant analytical mind to explain that to me. When he did, it did jog my memory, though.
Mm-hmm. This used to involve an NBA player, a WNBA star,
yes.
a retired star.
Yes.
And
stars all over he's like, they shoot from different stars on the floor. I'm like, that's the three-point contest. He said, no. Yeah. It's not.
It involves cool half-court shots, clutch half-court shots, which is my favorite brand of half-court shot.
I wonder if this happened, though, because of the rampant cheating in past years in the skills challenge. Honestly.
Don't remind me it's gone.
The idea that I think in the skills challenge in the last few years, people just blatantly not getting it, or maybe because we're not in the tech capital of America this year. There's no robot to run interference. That robot that spins its arms around. Yeah.
We'll get to the Shooting Stars and make our picks in a sec, but I am so annoyed that they just never figured out the skills challenge, Katie. It was right there for them, but they just made it as dumb as possible every year. And for some reason, the out they gave guys every year of, you missed 3 passes and you just get to move past the obstacle. Pathetic. Ruined the whole thing. Made it a joke. Made it so the passes didn't matter. There should have been moving targets. There should have been more passes. There should have been dudes you got to leap over, a loose ball that you have to collect or something. Yeah.
As in, I know you're talking about Winter Olympics, and I know you're a fan of biathlon. They have to do that dreaded loop of death when they don't get all the shots.
Perfect.
Some 100%. Type of lap of shame,
Yeah. That's the thing. It's everyone's afraid of being shamed, even though it's important to feel shame. It's a good
shame is crucial to a society.
We are missing it big time right now, Katie. It's a real problem. And I think it became the undoing of the All-Star skills challenge. Again, there was a way to do it to make it fun. I do remember they had a really good one back in Toronto, which is apparently just the best All-Star Saturday Night ever, where it was bigs versus guards, and you had the Karl Anthony Towns clutch 3 at the end. That was great. That was there's a way to make the skills challenge work, and no one ever got into a room and put their heads together for 5 minutes to think about how can we fix these very obvious glaring problems. I'm not mad about it at all, Katie. But I am happy Shooting Stars is back. I don't know if I love Scottie Barnes, Chet Holmgren, and Rip Hamilton's chances of winning this necessarily. I'm a little wary of Team Cameron. Why don't they just call it Team Duke? Insane.
Yeah,
just too cute here.
It's that's too. Sorry, to our American listeners, if there are any. It's so referential.
It is. Yeah. It's up its own ass, I think, is a fair thing to say.
Team Devil. Aren't they the Blue Devils?
They are the Blue Devils. There you go. Perfect. Team Devil. It would be very fitting for that institution. So perfect. But Jalen Johnson, not the greatest shooter in the world. I just feel like Con Knipple is just going to hit everything and hit all of the shots for Team Cameron.
Usually these deft sort of 3-point specialists tend to choke on the greatest stage the NBA can offer. So
Here's
Terry
hoping.
sure
I don't want to
has.
see Dookies get any sort of happiness or success here. What do you think of the inclusion of all the Harpers?
I love that team.
Yeah, it's pretty
I'm
fun. Yeah.
I'm like a diehard Ron Harper Jr. supporter. I'm always rooting for that guy. I think it's very sweet and cute, and I'm for it.
Yeah, Dylan Harper is going to have to hit his first ever jump shot in order to win this, but I believe in you, dude. You got this, man. And obviously, like the Knicks team is probably the favorite. All three guys really good. The greatest shooting big man of all time, per Karl Anthony Towns, is in it, and it's Karl Anthony Towns. You got Allen Houston, whose whole thing was really, really good at hitting threes in NBA Live. Use that guy in a 3-point contest on All-Star Saturday in an NBA Live game, you're winning it because he was lights out. So I think I'm probably putting the money on the Knicks, but crazier things have happened. The shooting stars really is it's a clutch moment for all of these guys, and they have to bring it. Dunk contest. I mean, the 3-point contest is cool. I like that Damian Lillard is in it. I think that's fun and cool. Hopefully his Achilles is fine. The 3-point contest is the one I like the least, Katie. I don't know how you feel. To me, it's just kind of very repetitive and slow and kind of like the home run derby. But
you're like the best people are the people that are best at this never tend to perform well.
Kyle Lowry, a whole 7 points. Remember that one time? That was fun. And then he missed time with like a thumb injury. Cool. Very good.
Also, out of all the events, maybe I don't know. I was trying to think if like the dunk contest or the 3-point contest fills me with more anxiety, but I think it is actually the 3-point contest. The dunk contest, I'm more like in rap, like I'm wrapped,
it's
right?
Joyous and there's just nothing. I don't know. There's no stress at all.
No,
because again, if no one hits dunks, it's also funny. So
it's always good.
Yeah, my stress is mostly like, are these judges going to be stupid about this and get it wrong? But is what it is. Who do you got? 3-point contest: Booker, Knipple, Lillard, Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, Bobby Portis. Congrats, dude. And Norm Powell. Who are you taking?
Yeah, this is actually tough. I feel like I don't want to pick a favorite. Maybe Maxey.
Yeah.
I feel like Lillard's gonna choke. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
gonna happen.
It's hard to just like step back in the gym and have the stroke ready. I mean, if he does it, it's one of the greatest underdog stories of all time. But
he's an underdog.
He's
Damian Lillard
all year with a torn Achilles. I think it would be kind of remarkable.
But it's Dame time.
What's Jason Tatum doing that he can't be in this, huh?
Yeah, that's true. I would love it, obviously, if Norman Powell won. I would love it.
Yeah. I fear it's going to be Con Knipple. I would hate the Con Knipple double with shooting stars and a 3-point contest, but he's a really, really good shooter in it. I hate it. But yeah, Norm I think is also a pretty good stealth candidate. The guy's buttery smooth. Dunk contest, Katie. It's our favorite, even though no one takes part in it. Talk about shame. Like everyone's too afraid to fail at the dunk contest and be showered with the shame that comes with it. But really, it's a noble shame if you fail the dunk contest. And I wish the young stars of today would care about it, but instead we get Carter Bryant, Jackson Hayes, Keshad Johnson, and Jace Richardson. Of course, Jace is the much shorter and less athletic son of Jason Richardson, one of the greatest guys to ever do it. That's not even to say anything bad about Jace Richardson's athleticism.
His dad is really tall. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. It's a wild that's the same family tree, but my child is very good looking, so nothing came from me there. So you never know. But yeah, who you got here? Obviously, we don't want Jackson Hayes, a noted bad guy who does bad things, not to win. But anyone else kind of standing up to you as someone you're hoping for?
I like the father-son duo, and as I alluded to before we started recording, I know that his dad, Jace Richardson's dad, Jason Richardson, has been helping him train, which I think is very nice. Well, I think that's a complaint. That is like a complaint I hear quite often about the dunk contest, that nobody practices, right? That Mac McClung was the last guy who really practiced for it, and like
I'm so glad he's not here this year, Katie. My God,
he was actually almost. I can't tell you, like he was.
I believe it.
To. There was a bit of a conflict of interest. I'm just glad because it's like he's amazing at it and would have been so again.
Yeah.
But it gets to the point also where you're like, stop just trotting this guy out for this.
Yeah,
you know?
he's a G League guy still.
Yeah. Like, I'm not even like, oh, I'm tired of seeing Mac McClung. That's not the reason. It's just like, don't tokenize this man. Even for dunks. And that's me saying it. So
I think we need to inspire a new generation of dunkers with some fresh faces too, right?
But I like the idea of
Carter Bryant.
Yeah, sorry, I think he, but I honestly like everyone else. I just thought of this as we were talking about Jackson Hayes. This would be crazy, but I could also see it happening. Does he, or maybe he can't, because it would actually be used in his upcoming court or like trial with a mascot? Like, does he use a mascot?
Does he use Gee Whiz to
not Gee Whiz? Does he use like another mascot to like signal like I'm not an enemy to mascots everywhere? Right. But then I wonder if Gee Whiz's lawyer could use that.
Does he have a restraining order out against him against all mascots?
Or could you be like he's tokenizing the mascots?
Right. Chuck the Condor just getting dunked on by Jackson Hayes and then pushed to the ground because Jackson Hayes can't control himself.
Chuck Wood, worst mascot of them all. Yeah, that's like very, I really wonder.
Yeah.
A new wrinkle. Anyway.
Intrigue.
Some intrigue. I hope they don't bring back the LED court that really, I think that messed a lot of guys up in Indy. So like, let us not do drones. Let us not do LED court. Let us not do ostentatious tech. If you're going to do props, use props, but let's be traditional about it, you know?
I will say, Katie, the Olympics have kind of drone pilled me a little bit because those drone shots of dudes snowboarding down hills.
The sound. I hate the sound.
The sound is awful. They need to do
crazy.
Something. Yeah. The visuals pretty tight.
But like, don't have a drone carry a basketball.
Oh God, yeah, no.
Find a friend.
Yeah.
You know, find a friend.
Speaking of some of the great ills of our modern world, we're gonna come back to the other side, talk about superstars investing in prediction markets when their futures are up in the air, among other things that Adam Silver is probably going to have to answer some questions about at his annual State of the League address. We will talk about that to close things out, getting big picture and league wide in just one sec. Today's show is brought to you by Game Time. There's nothing like being in an NBA arena. The crowd, the energy, the amount, the moment, and getting tickets. It's always the thing that's kind of the buzzkill because it's hard to do sometimes, but that doesn't have to be the case with Game Time. It's the go-to app that gives fans the advantage to go and find the tickets for the stuff they want to go to, whether it's a sporting event, concerts, comedy shows, theater. It's all there for you to go and peruse, and they're super easy to use app. I've used Game Time a ton of times, both in Toronto and in different cities. I've seen a WNBA game in Seattle and Vegas with Game Time. I saw the Blue Man Group in Vegas with Game Time. I saw the Pittsburgh Pirates play at PNC Park with my wife a couple summers ago, back when I still traveled to America, and that was a lot of fun as well, and the tickets were all accrued via Game Time, and I can't recommend it enough. I am a very loyal user because I get to see exactly what the price is up front, no surprise fees at the back end. I really like it. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code Locked On for $20 off your first purchase. That's code LOCKEDON for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today, and remember, it's gametime.co, not gametime.com. Gametime.co. Go check it out. Back at it here with Hollywood Heindl as she holds up a beautiful print of the Hollywood sign. Her mic is muted if she's talking behind the photo. I wish I'd only have the flames for you, Katie, as a little piece of production.
You should have
like glitz and glam, for Hollywood Heindl. I wish I'd thought of that, but alas, the next time the All-Star breaks in LA, we'll do it. Katie, every year at the All-Star break, Adam Silver gets up and answers some questions. I feel like this year it's going to be like maybe a little heated if the people in the room are actually like doing their jobs, because it feels like there's a lot of stuff going on in the league right now that should perhaps be addressed and sort of, have the commissioner of the league held to account on. You've got Pablo Torre just like outing NBA owners as horrible human beings left, right, and center. You've got a war criminal, alleged war criminal, owning the Memphis Grizzlies. You've got Steve Ballmer and the whole aspiration thing with the LA Clippers, the host team, by the way. You've got, what else do we have? A third of the league is not trying to win games with a third of the season left, Katie. That's cool. Really great. Love that. Expansion. Does anyone outside of Seattle actually want this? Are they going to do it anyway?
Prediction
superstars investing in prediction markets when they perhaps are standing to benefit from the uncertainty surrounding their own personal situations, correlation, causation, blah, 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 blah. But like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, Katie. What are you most interested in hearing Adam Silver address? Do you think we'll get anything of substance from him? Like, you've been at these all-star things before. I've not. I can't really gauge, are like people actually going to come at him for stuff? Because like, if there's ever a time to do it, it feels like now.
I'm actually worried that but because of like pure saturation versus having like one thing to focus on, if there was just like,
sure, if
it was just someone being outed as like a war criminal, if it was just the Giannis and Kalshi connection, if it was just like some owners being implicated in Epstein file releases.
I forgot about that one. Yeah. God. Yeah. Oh my God.
If it was just,
what is happening?
If it was just the ongoing aspiration, and then also just like what's happened to the ongoing, gambling investigations, right? Like,
right. I forgot.
That's just, this is what I mean.
Was arrested this year.
Yeah,
Katie.
This is what I mean. It's. I think this actually plays kind of. It doesn't play well. It's terrible. It's like a terrible volatile mix of things that are happening. But I think it plays into the favor of Adam Silver in that situation. Is that it's like it's too much to focus on, and like even I think there are some like real reporters in that room, of course, that tend to ask the difficult questions. But I think even that fracturing is going to keep them from being focused, or not to like softball, but I could also see it's like, it's not the kind of time and the place. Like he'll essentially do 2 addresses, right? There's like the tech summit tomorrow morning. And that
sounds fun.
Well, it tends to be where like, actually, I think if he was to address anything, it would be at that versus the one he does pre All-Star game, right? Just because of like the timing. But I'm really curious. Like he'll have to, I think the Giannis thing being the most top of mind and recency bias will probably get mentioned. But I also wonder, like, what is that question? Not to pivot too hard, but like I'm out here with Sports Business Classroom teaching ahead of All-Star Weekend with Howard Beck in our like media broadcast stream. And I had a student ask about that. And I think the thrust of the question was almost like, where does the fault lie? And it was the desire for this to be a very like clean and sort of binary situation. And it's not, because the fault, it doesn't necessarily lie with the league, because you're in bed with all these betting companies. This is the market that you're saturating your league in, right? Does it lie with Giannis? I would like it to, but then I think there's like a bit of a quibble of like, well, certainly prediction markets, I think are like a farther step than we've seen. But if that's like a gray area that the league hasn't yet caught up with, it sort of reminds me of like, almost like tech laws that are passed by governments, and how, when Pandora's box is opened too quickly, and it becomes too late to basically put any guardrails on. And I feel like it is at that point. Out of the
tube, all that.
Yeah. So I actually kind of wonder, like, how do you even frame that question? Because it is so messy, right? And so sprawling. And I think in a warped way that could play in favor of these things, not really getting, like not anyone trying to pin Adam Silver on the spot and get a direct answer out of him. I think we'll probably get the usual answer, which is like it's a complex situation. There's a lot of moving parts, like things are in flux, etc.
And I think because that's what you do when you're the commissioner of a sports league, getting grilled about real things.
And the focus now is on European expansion. Like that is the main thrust of where the league wants to go. That's where it's like putting all its money. That's where it wants to get a lot of money, like over $1 billion to even like license one of those new expansion franchises, right, in Europe. Like that is clearly where the focus is. I won't be here. I will have left
Yeah.
Because honestly, like I feel angry enough that like if I could have worded one pointed question to one of these things, I would have.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It feels certainly like there hasn't been this much befalling the league in a long time.
Yeah.
But I hope someone asks something.
Yeah. And like it's happening at a time where like the league is as talented as it's ever been. And like the on-court product is like generally good when the teams are trying. But like obviously that's a big issue sort of existentially for the league right now too. Like like it really is coming from all sides. And
someone will ask about tanking, I'm pretty sure.
And like that'll be, that's like the least of the sort of big picture problems, of course, surrounding all of this. But it's just like I think Bill Simmons kind of made this point, not to praise a Bill Simmons point too much, but I think he made the point of like they're talking about like expansion both like abroad and Seattle and Vegas, but like they got a lot of crap to clean up already, and you're gonna go add an extension onto your house that you still need to clean. Like that seems maybe not like the right move at this time, and like you want to get some things in order. Like any sort of accountability for the owners of the league kind of just going rogue and being part of some of the worst cabals of human beings alive, like that'd be great. I don't know. He's the front-facing guy who represents the owners, so I don't think we're going to get anything of substance on that stuff. Like, there's not going to be anything about Robert Pera of substance, one would think. You're not probably going to get it. It'll be the Clippers thing is still under investigation. Can't talk about it. Like, there will be ample opportunity for him to deflect. I do hope those in the room are able to offer some pointed questions and get to the bottom of some of this stuff and maybe even trip a guy up and get a little gotcha in there. But Adam Silver's pretty good at dodging that stuff. It's but yeah, like weird times for the league, Katie, as just like a lot of stuff beyond the scope of basketball is kind of bearing down, and it'd be nice to get those things kind of in line and in order, but we might just not get that, and we'll just continue hurtling into our hellish future that we're all just gripping onto the spaceship for. Katie, any last parting shots here on All-Star Weekend?
No, not
cool.
Really.
Great. Anything you want to plug for the good people out there?
I'll promote Basketball Feelings.
Sweet.
I'm stepping away from both this podcast and NBA TV for the next month because of some travel. So
yeah,
a little bit of a hiatus there, but you can still read. You can still subscribe.
Hell yeah. I seriously, Basketball Feelings is the best. It's so good. Everyone go subscribe to Basketball Feelings, and yeah, have a great time traveling, Katie. We'll see you in a little bit, but in the meantime, we'll miss you. And thank you out there, listeners, for subscribing, following, rating, reviewing, telling a friend. Always appreciate it when you support the show, however it is you choose to support the show. Join the Discord, link in the description of the podcast. Come hang out. You can also join the Locked On Raptors Every Dayer Club. Link also down there in the description. $5 a month, $50 a year gets you ad-free access to the show, which is very cool. And we'll leave it there. We'll talk to you again on Monday after All-Star. Although I might take Monday off because it's family day and I got some stuff going on. So maybe Tuesday. We'll see. Either way, thanks for hanging. Bye-bye. I don't have my basketball, Katie. I literally lost it. So Mike's sock it is.